Welcome to all my twin flames and soulmates. I hope you guys are doing well out there. This can also be to whoever was drawn to this reading. It can have messages here for you regardless of the label of your connection. So I'm going to start off with this Divine Masculine deck. I'm going to pull a card to see who I'm reading for, basically. Even though it's a Divine Masculine deck, I'm going to use it to, to represent the viewer as well. So we're just going to do that regardless of if you are a feminine or a masculine. Alright, so show me the viewer. Let's get a card that most represents the strongest collective energy of everyone who is watching this reading right now. What is a card for them? Who am I reading for? Whoa. We got a funny guy. So funny guy, funny girl, playful, lighthearted, non-serious, okay? And we've got naive at the back of the deck. So we've got some young people in here who are kind of not my target demographic if you're not somebody that understands tarot. But if you're just curious, welcome. You can hang out and see what you see. But I generally read for people who a little bit more, versed in like readings and, without me having to do a lot of explaining. So with that being said, we've got a funny person. So you could be dealing with a funny person. I'm gonna get another card for that. I'm gonna see, like, who am I reading for? Got an aspect of the collective who is just kind of lightheartedly watching a soulmate twin flame reading, which is interesting. And a casual observer, I suppose. Who else is watching? Who else is this reading going to be for? Okay, there we go. People that actually know what this is about. Okay. More serious energy here with the home card. True love, fifth dimensions, opposite attract, reconciling, marriage, caring, soulmate, and balance. So somebody that feels like this person that they're here watching the reading for is, is their true love, or has that potential, or is there somebody they're really into? They want to know if this is the one they're going to end up with, right? Or wanting to know if the connection's going to last. So for, let's see their person. I'll pull 2 cards for their person as well. So for whoever's watching their person, who are they here for? Who's everyone here for? The Lady Whisperer. That makes sense. So Lady Whisperer, Man Whisperer, whatever the case may be. It's the energy of somebody being flirtatious, of there being an attraction between the two of you. Loving words, sensuality, and then there's an element of energetic messages and telepathy. So a lot of people who are drawn to these type of readings know what it is to communicate, telepathically with someone, which we know now, not that we needed. The ancients have always known this, but studies have shown that telepathy is real. And if you're here, you probably already know that, or you're wondering about it, right? You're curious. You're like, how come it feels like I'm anticipating this person's words, or I'm reading their mind, or I feel like we're connected in some strange, mysterious kind of way. This person is here. So this is somebody that you could be picking up on their energy, right? They could be feeling like they're picking up on your energy. But bottom line, this is like a flirtatious, attractive person. Also getting, there's Old Soul at the back of the deck. They could be a Leo. I was feeling Capricorn energy as well. They don't have to be though, okay? So your person, for some of you, because a lot of different people watch, remember that it's always general and it's collective that I'm reading for. If the messages are general, obviously that's why. But with that being said, most of the time people watch these readings, and there are tons and tons of readings like this on YouTube because they do feel a resonance that is helpful to them in some way. And with that being said, I think that, you know, your person is, like, this is like an old connection. Spiritually an old connection, if not also old, as in you've known this person for a long time in this life. Let's get one more card representing their person of interest. Got foreigner, distant, other ways, lack of understanding, social media, other culture, different and inspiring. So some of you could be, know this person, right, long distance, through social media, could have met through social media, met through an app. There's this energy of there being either physical or some sort of distance between the two of you. Maybe you're just from different cultures. This person's very different, right? Different from you. Different culture. And then the back of the deck, we've got the Fool, innocence, blind trust, never looking back, taking a chance. So it could be someone that likes to travel and do things like that too. But I think that probably speaks to that funny guy card that we got earlier of lighthearted. Although some of the viewers may resonate with that, your person's got the side of themselves as kind of like playful or foolish in a playful way, okay? So if this sounds like your dynamic, then feel free to stick around. If it doesn't, then feel free to stick around or check out the playlist link down below for different readings. And thanks to those of you who support by liking and subscribing. That does support the channel and keep it going. If you'd like a private reading, my contact information is in the description. I want to look at your guys' kind of like your dynamic. I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards on that. So I'm going to use the, this is always a popular deck, created by Cherry Enchantress. I think she goes by Pixie Dust Tarot now. Not sure, because I really don't watch, you know, tarot readings on YouTube anymore, except for like one or two. I think I watch the Tarot Oracle show because it's very entertaining and educational at the same time. But it's not pick a cards or general collective readings. As far as general collective readings and pick a cards, Cherry Enchantress, or I think Pixie Dust Tarot is her new name, and she does those, and she created this deck. And I think there's another reader too that, in other words, I just don't, I'm not keeping up on everybody anymore as much, so, or hardly ever. No time, it hasn't been a need, but now that I've mentioned it, maybe I'll check somebody out. So the dynamic between the viewer and their person of interest. Manifesting the one, very soon your true love will arrive. Ooh. And then we've got the back of the deck. Twin flame recognition, you know the soul that mirrors your own. So the dynamic is that you guys are manifesting this person, right? They're manifesting you, you're manifesting them. Person already kind of understands that even though you guys are different, there does seem to be this kind of mysterious connection, this mysterious vibe between the two of you, and you straight up know or think that this person is your twin flame or your soulmate or the one, whatever label that you want to use. So you could be actively manifesting this person, or the message is just that, yeah, can be confirmation that this person, you know, is the one for you, and or, you know, very soon true love, you know, will arrive. So that's very good. Both feeling, and it's a mutual dynamic there, so feeling what I would expect to see, okay, in this type of reading. So wanted to get one from this deck as well, but it's not cooperating. This is the Island Time Wellness deck. Want to know more about your guys' dynamic? Hand of cards, take a chance. Risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, gambling. So there's some sort of element of risk here. Knowing that this connection exists. Maybe this person, you know, being a lady or a man whisperer, you know, they're flirtatious or attractive. Maybe they've got, you know, different you know, options, like the card says, options, or you do. But maybe it's not to do with that at all. Like, that's an example. It could be that this person, you know, lives far away from you, or is from a different culture, or there's just a general lack of understanding. You can't really express a lot of nuance or feeling or anything, you know, through text messages or messenger, right? So there could be a lack of understanding here. But the takeaway with that one is it's that someone is being strategic here. If someone, you know, is not showing their hand, they're trying to hide something, they're being exposed right now. We're kind of digging in, but I think the main thing is that this connection is about taking a chance, taking a risk on the connection. It's a kind of risk. Okay. And I think I want to get some messages from this person as well before I get some tarot cards out. I just sort of feel like playing with my cards today, so that's why I'm using several different decks. Oh, one fell on the floor. Come back here. Okay. This is hard for me to put into words, but it feels like we have an otherworldly connection that I can't quite explain. So it could very well be that your person feels like or wonders if you're their twin flame, if you're their soulmate. They might not know those terms, but that doesn't change the fact that, you know, they feel like you guys have this otherworldly connection, which I already talked about a moment ago, and now it's being validated from a different deck. But this person finds it hard to put into words, but they definitely feel it, okay? What else would this person say? They have a filter. Wow. You made me feel so supported and loved. I am completely romantically fulfilled. So if you guys are in a relationship with this person, if you're married to this person, or, you know, already involved, then you know, they feel completely romantically fulfilled. Now, even if you guys are at a distance, they still feel like romantically fulfilled by you. They still have these 10 cups of emotions for you, right? You do make them feel supported and loved, you know, even from a distance. Even if that's just energetically, or even if it's just through the messages that you guys exchange, or anything like that. And bottom line, this person feels like you guys can have that 10 of cups together if you don't already. You could have that energy already in different ways. There are different ways in which you can have this, because apparently your person feels like you have this. So that's interesting to me. Especially with that foreigner card there. Now, you have a very sweet side, but you won't suffer fools. You cut them out and keep it moving. So maybe this person keeps a little winky face. And that winky face is not intended to be ironic or sarcastic, unless I say that that's the energy I'm picking up, which it isn't, okay? I know that my salt coders out there want to, oh, that means it doesn't mean it. No, no, no. I mean, take what resonates. But I think this person is winking at you to let you know, to kind of soften this message that, you know, you have a very sweet side, but you won't suffer fools. You cut them out and keep it moving. I feel like that has to do with if this person is distant or not showing their hand. That perhaps that's the reason why, right? Or it's just like an aside, like something this person's mentioning about you. We've got this energy as well. I love how outgoing you can be. You're someone everyone can't help but notice. It's interesting as well. So, I think this person does want to kind of control you, though. With the back of the deck, we've got this Emperor energy, which is the Divine Masculine, and makes sense for this type of reading. Especially, you have to listen to me because I am your authority figure, and I need you to heed my command. And when I pulled out this hand of cards, at the back of the deck was who's walking who. And I was kind of drawn to it, kind of not, but now I feel like it makes sense because it says control and power issues, resistant, unenthusiastic, being led on, getting pulled, overwhelmed. So regardless of which keyword resonates most, bottom line with that card is this energy of that, right? It's a risk somehow, and people maybe are being strategic or not showing their hands as much, like if there is some sort of hesitancy or lack of clarity, or distance, you know, or differences, fill in the blank, whatever we're seeing here. It may be rooted in that, like who's going to walk who in this connection, or who's wearing the pants in this connection. How many cooks are there going to be in the kitchen, right? Who's going to be the boss and wear the pants, that kind of a thing. And if you're coming across in that Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands energy, it makes sense that regardless of your gender and sign, that this person kind of wonder that if they're the divine masculine, which they're appearing to be, then they're going to want to be the head of the household, right? The divine masculine is a very traditional masculine energy. But he is high vibrational unless, you know, something else comes out. Otherwise, that contradicts that. So in other words, it's not that. I heard somebody describe the divine masculine as being like, I can't even, because I don't watch regular mainstream pop culture television shows. But I think it was, I'm gonna mess it up. But anyways, it was just this, it's a very, almost like a funny, like, kind of guy that, you know, will use, they described him as somebody that would use like dish soap to wash his hair, wash his potty. You know, he's not a metrosexual, basically, although I have known some divine masculines who are quite, you know, I don't know if you would describe them as metrosexual, but see, now I can't even finish that because I don't remember that dude's name that he used, but he was perfect to describe what the divine masculine is. But again, if you're watching this, you probably don't need me to describe it that much or that in depth. You probably have an idea of what I'm trying to say. So let's move these out of the way and get some tarot cards. Okay. All right, so what deck do we want to use here? Just realized I don't really have a lovey-dovey deck necessarily. I know that one of my favorite viewers is a huge fan of the last Unicorn Tarot deck, so I'll use that. I haven't used that in a while. Come on. Card's trying to fall. Eight of Swords. This is not the easiest deck to shuffle, and that's regrettable because I love this deck, but it sure is beautiful. It sure is quality. I kind of wish that it would just, you know, cards would just fly out. All right, and we're going to look at the future of the connection. Abracadabra. I'm gonna reach out and grab ya, okay? So, looks like a new start in the future. Could start with a message. It's likely that whoever's manifesting who is going to see some 3D evidence of their manifestation coming true with this in the future here. There is some action taking place. It's a little up in the air as to who it will be. I think your person is going to manifest a new beginning in this connection. I mean, you might be actively manifesting this person, and my regulars know I talk about Neville Goddard and manifestation on this channel more so than I used to before. So, you know, therefore you might know that you're trying to do something. But I do get too that this person is like manifesting you too. I'm getting some Gemini energy here, but we've also like the Eight of Swords. Is Eight of Swords Jupiter and Gemini? Yeah, that's probably the Gemini energy, and so is the Magician. Getting some, we got Moon in Sagittarius as well. Okay. Okay, so it looks like in the past we got the Eight of Swords energy. It's kind of like this person has been absent from your life. So whether that's because you're in separation, things never really got going, or you guys are long distance, there's this absence from one another's life. But you're always together in spirit, right? Got the spirit unicorn reaching to her. And there could be reasons on your end, or the one who identifies as feminine, because there's a female on the card, so on the feminine side, there could be reasons that have kept you guys apart. Could have been your own issues or negativity surrounding you. The Swords is like negative thoughts. Maybe some of you, that energy of the Gemini, you know, I don't know, some mental health issues maybe, or dealing with people with those issues. At the very least, some sort of anxiety, or feeling like you can't move forward in this connection for whatever reason. Okay? And it does feel like self-imposed restrictions, maybe a lack of self-love, you know. Anxiety is not conducive to self-love because it always keeps you uncomfortable, right? And to sort of receive feelings of appreciation, which is the vibration of love, in order to feel that for yourself and others, you need to be calm, right? That's where you really feel it. If you're always worrying about the future or the past or things like that, too trapped in your head, or being surrounded by people like that, then it's really difficult for you to engage in a true love connection like this. And yes, I did see true love, because everything that I've gotten out of this reading so far supports this being a higher level soulmate relationship. So at present, though, we're seeing that you're seeing, you know, your person again. So whether that's that you've reconnected with them online after a period of time, or you've met for the first time in person, or if you are in a relationship, you're just starting to entertain the idea of letting this person get closer to you. She's standing outside of the bars, looking at the unicorn. Unicorn's looking back. If not talking about your person, the unicorn's a mystical creature, and what we're talking about is highly mystical, right? This concept of soulmates, this concept of this otherworldly connection. So it's like you're becoming hopeful. You've taken the mask off. This person has always been connected to you. They know it, and if this is your reading, you know it. And you weren't able to see it before, but now you're able to see it. Like your eyes are open to it, and she has hope in her eyes again. And perhaps this person has been held back from you as well with this wounded warrior energy. Maybe, I mean, if you guys are mirroring each other, maybe you both have been in prisons of, you know, prisons of your own, right? Separate from one another. Things that you're dealing with that have kept this connection distant. But you're entertaining the hope of, you know, transcending those boundaries, those barriers. Hope of, you know, that if you just hold on a little bit longer, that something can come of this connection. And so in the future, it looks like you're going to be getting more into manifestation, or I think your person is going to, regardless of if they're, I just see a new beginning. I see this person thinking about you, I feel like that they're going to continue watching you, even if, and especially if you're at a distance. And one of the things they're trying to manifest is something to offer you. So maybe it's like money issues that have had this person sort of tied up in the past or in the present. With, you know, this deck being kind of unique because this is showing the Magician with pentacles, right? There are pentacles. Pentacles is grounded earth material energy. It's about taking something from the ethers and manifest it into material reality. And I feel like they want to offer you something solid. I think that maybe they come to a place or make a decision about how to have something more with you, even, you know, regardless of whatever their material status is at that time. It's like they're making the decision to just get out of their head and get out of their daydreams and get out of their dreams and get into their car, basically. But the Magician in the future position is very positive for any kind of reading, particularly a love reading, because it does show like magic is afoot and somebody taking their focused creativity and turning a vision into reality. It does show inspired action. So while the Page of Wands might not be the most active card in the deck, it's more like somebody that's verbally expressing themselves. He also represents the start of action. And the inspired action leads to, you know, someone expressing their feelings in an open and honest way. It leads to someone, you know, bringing in some sort of news that affects the connection and changes it, but in a positive way. So I think if this is your ex, this person, you know, they're going to travel to you, whether that's within the same city or across the globe. I'm seeing travel. I'm seeing them pulling it together and finding a way to come back in your direction. And now, either way, I'm really seeing I'm getting very positive vibes from the spread. Whether this is an ex or a new person, or whether it's someone in your town who you're currently dating, or someone that you're dating online or just talking to, just if the rest of the reading resonated with you, then I do feel like the future is bright. Now, is it going to immediately be that Ten of Cups energy? Are you guys going to immediately get married and move in together and like right off into the sunset and live happily ever after? No, probably not. But you are headed in that direction. So keep affirming for this or doing whatever you're doing if you're manifesting this, because whatever you're doing is working. I see going through the phases of this sort of acknowledgement and recognition that this connection is special, that this connection is meaningful. I see, like, if you guys are unofficial, you become official. What we're seeing is a progression, but it depends on where you're at right now, what that progression will be. Obviously, you know, you have to be in some kind of contact with this person, but hey, maybe this is indicating that you will. Like, if this is a completely new person you just have a crush on, but somehow feel this magical connection with, then contact is indicated. But for those who, you know, have already been or are involved with this person, you know, more than contact is indicated, right? It's a solid new beginning to plant a seed on something that will need to be nurtured and is at the beginning stages in the future, like a new phase, but it is here nonetheless. And it begins with like some really feel-good communication, and I think this person's going to want to impress you. I think they're going to want to show you their strength. I feel like they want to end the, they want a happy ending to the past. They want to graduate past whatever their past was, your past is. They want a happy ending to that. The way that it's been, they don't want it to be that way anymore. They want to put an end to that. And they want to let you know that on no uncertain terms, like in the divine masculine style. They just want to let you know that they want a new beginning. They want to grow something with you. And I'm also getting a lot of physical attraction, you know, from this person towards you as well. But it definitely bodes well. It's just good news in the future. You know, a warm and bright new beginning is indicated here. And I don't know what else to say. I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm going to get you a couple more messages from this person, and then I think I'll get you a manifestation card and an affirmation to round it out. And then I feel pretty good about ending the reading here. As you guys can probably tell, I'm kind of like in a more calm energy today than in some of my other videos, and I wish I could attribute that to something specific, but I just think I got enough sleep. I think that helps. Imagine that, getting enough sleep, getting enough rest, that actually helps. Definitely. Also, I don't feel the urge as much to explain. Like, I feel like I'm always having to explain things to people. And I'm just accepting the fact that I'm going to attract and align with people who are on my wavelength. They're pretty close to it, so that I don't have to constantly explain things or over-explain or feel compelled to do that. Because I find it exhausting, frankly. If ever the reading feels like it's hard, it's not that the reading part itself is hard, or putting together the story that the cards are saying. It's not that, it's the communicating it in a way that feels good, basically, to me, and in a way that I know that's going to be received in the way I intend it to be. So with that being said, let's get a message from this person. Some parting messages for the viewer. What would the Lady Whisperer Foreigner like to say to Home and Funny Guy? I love the way you think. Are you for real? Well, yes, I am. Person loves the way you think, huh? Cool. Your soul is beautiful. Hugging you is the only comfort I need. Cute, I like it. One more. So it is a soulful connection. There is this physical element to it as well. But it's not just, you know, necessarily like sexually, physically attraction. You know what I mean? Because this person's saying just hugging you is comforting to them. I want to be your favorite hello and your hardest goodbye. I won the jackpot with you. Even when you're grouchy, I still love you. Aw. And that's what we all want, isn't it? For somebody to love us. Whether we're grouchy or not, whether we're on or not. Yeah, warts and all, right? This person saying that they love you, so I like that. I like that for my viewers. I hope my viewers like it too. And if you do, or you find the reading helpful in some way, please hit the like button and subscribe. It really does help the channel. There's a reason why everybody says that on their on their videos, because it really makes a big difference. So what's the guidance for my manifestors out there, those who are thinking about manifesting as a result of, say, this reading? Because we got Manifesting the One coming out, we got the Magician and the Page of Wands. It seems like the viewer is already feeling like this person is a soulmate, or that there's some other deeper kind of connection here. They both feel that. So what guidance or advice do we have for the viewer? The scientific method. Okay, so some people need to be sold, maybe, on this whole concept of what is now scientifically validated, but has been known for like ages and eons, about thoughts becoming reality, about imagination being the preview of coming attractions, or yeah. So look it up, look into it. trying to think of some starter videos that you can watch or something. The Secret is a good starter to introduce you to the law of attraction. Also, What the Bleep Do We Know? That's an older one, and it gets into the quantum physics aspect a little bit more. Any videos or lectures by or books by Neville Goddard, The Law of Assumption. Abraham Hicks does a pretty good job. So if you need to be convinced and you need to persuade yourself that you've got the power, I've got the power, then maybe look into it. It says not getting caught up in the story or details, okay? Total acceptance of what is. Step back and see the big picture. Yeah, so the 3D is fake news. It's old reality. It's dead energy. Energy is vibrational. It's constantly moving. But from a human perspective, manifested reality is, you know, it is what it is. So what you want to do is you want to change your reality. You have to not get caught up in the story or in the details. The ego is really good at, you know, being the peanut gallery basically in your brain, like the little angry grouchy old men Muppets in the old Muppet show, right? They always have something to say, something negative to say, some criticism to make. The ego is just trying to protect you. That's why it does that. If it tries to mislead you, misguide you, or turn you away from believing in yourself or in your power, that's the reason why it does that, but it's ultimately not helping you. So don't get caught up in the story or the details of the situation. If 3D is not showing you exactly what you want to see in the situation with this person, you can shift that. You first need to accept that you can. So total acceptance of what is, and you don't have to, you know, the present moment is where all your power is. And in order to be powerful in the present moment, you just have to relax, right? Accept, relax, let go, slow down, let go, be receptive. That puts you in the receptive state to receive the things that you have affirmed for, the things that you've stated that you want, the things that you've prayed for, the things you've visualized. You have to be accepting of where you're at now in order to receive it. So just step back and see the big picture. So it's hard to give general advice on something like this because manifestation is a personal thing, and how you use your power it can be quite personal. Even though people can follow the same techniques or guidelines, the power still comes from you, and you have to figure out how to use your own wand, right? But that's why you can watch like videos like Abraham Hicks, and it'll seem sometimes contradictory to another video of hers that you've watched where she says something that's seemingly different. It's like, no, she's not, because she's not doing a collective reading like I am, right? She's speaking specifically to certain people who need to hear it in a certain way to understand it, right? And because she can tune into what that is, it doesn't make sense to those who are watching, but it's not meant for us. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, just see the big picture of your life, and don't, you know, I know people like to split hairs over stuff. And they want it all to make sense. Be okay with not knowing certain things. That's what faith is. So walk in faith. That's what I've got for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And I appreciate you. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Hit the like button and subscribe. Check out my last video that I released Sunday. I think that one was messages from your person, and I'll be releasing another one next week as well. This is kind of like a bonus read. I haven't done one in the middle of the week in a while, so that's why this one is being done. Check out my other channel, Soulmate Tarot-scopes, link below if you want to see the love outcome for your person in August, and I'll be doing another one for September soon. But if all you do is like and subscribe, I'm very appreciative. I don't know how else to put it, and I'll talk to you next time.